Hello, welcome to Famous People channel. The character today we will learn about is the first and only female king in Chinese history, VoTac Thien, who's described as stepping on her son's life to walk. So let's find out the truth about her. VoTac Thien is also known as Võ Mỹ Nương, Võ Chiêu or Võ Hậu. About her real name, history books don't record it or say exactly what it is. Historians guess that at that time, men despised women, so at home she was only called by her nickname Little Girl. VoTac Thien was born on February 17, 624 in a rich and noble mixed-race family with a predicted special fate. When VoTac Thien grew up, she became very different from other girls because of disgusting household chores but eager to learn military history books. Fortunately, her parents have progressive minds, so they very supported their daughter to do what she wants. Therefore, when still young, she was famous for her beautiful appearance and outstanding intelligence. Listen to her fame at that time, the emperor at the age of 14 brought her into the harem when she was just only 14 years old and gave her the name Võ Mỹ, commonly known as Võ Mỹ Nương. However, in the royal palace of more than 300 roses like that, Võ Mỹ was favored only a few times and then quietly served as a concubine to prepare clothes for the king. In this new period of entering this palace, history books do not record too much information about her. It was not until 643 that the current crown prince was deposed. The new crown prince Li Ji took his place, and when he entered the palace to discuss with his father, he saw Võ Mỹ Nương. The crown prince was 4 years old, younger than her at that time, was instantly struck by love. When Tai Dong died, because he had no children, Võ Mỹ Nương belonged to the concubine group and had to cut her hair to become a monk. However, the new crown prince Li Ji still dreamed of her. A year later, on his father's death anniversary, he met Võ Mỹ Nương again at the temple. The queen at that time knew his intention for Võ Mỹ, and in order to please the king and increase her affection, the queen asked the king to bring Võ Mỹ Nương back without knowing that this person was the one who put an end to her life forever after that. Returning with the birth of a son, Võ Mỹ Nương was given the title Hiếu Nghi. From that moment, she became more popular than ever, but she was still too far from the dream of being an official queen. In 654, she gave birth a baby princess. But when the queen returned to visit the princess, the baby died. King Cao Tông became angry and demanded to remove the queen. But according to historical records, it was Võ Chiêu Nghi who killed her daughter to blame for the queen. At the end of 655, the queen was deposed. 7 days later, Võ Chiêu Nghi became the new queen. Although the old queen was deposed, the emperor still visited her sometimes. Therefore, in order to eliminate the queen forever, Võ Mỹ Nương had extremely evil action. She sent someone to cut off all arms and legs of the royal concubine to soak them in vinegar. And the palace maids who knew about the story also had their tongue cut off to cover her crime. Võ Mỹ Nương was getting more and more powerful, so the faction had also become much stronger. In 656, Prince Lý Trung was deposed, and the son of Võ Hậu, Lý Hoàng, was crowned as the new prince. Võ Hậu now began to take revenge. She abused those who had opposed her. Then the king exiled them away. The enemy had just changed the old power, concentrating power in the hands of the king only. After that, Emperor Cao Tông deeply loved Võ Mỹ and gave her more power. It seems that Cao Tông ascended the throne at a very young age with no talent. Just because his two older brothers both made mistakes, it is his turn to take the throne. The king's health was not good. It was too difficult to manage everything. Therefore, Võ Hậu talents for handling the main work was increasingly shining. At that time, she displayed a vision that was extremely high and far ahead of her time. Later, Cao Tong's health deteriorated. The reason is rumored to be because Võ Hậu had poisoned him. From here on, the country's affairs were completely decided by VoTac Thien. She also forced Prince Li Zhong to die because of his discontented attitude. Li Huang is a prince, but because he's too good and hard, he's not suitable for being the henchman of the evil mother. So when he went to work in Habak, he was poisoned by her. VoHao continued to bring his second child to work as a prince, but later this guy is also too hard and good, so he was poisoned by his biological mother again. Until Li Hing's turn, he was stupid enough to not to be killed too soon like his previous brothers. In 683, Cao Tong died. Crown Prince Li Hing ascended the throne. VoTac Thien became the queen and took charge of all works in the palace. Just 1 month later, VoHao took an unexpected action. It's a waste of a king because this king is too stupid to do anything. So she made her 4 sons die. During the years of being queen, Vo Ming made the world fall crazily. Changing kings like changing clothes. All descendants of the Li family, who was both her ex-husband and her father-in-law, were all eliminated in turn, leaving only a few dozen weak people. But in the past, there was a wave of courtiers who started up to rebel. But with VoHao's strong power, a plot ran occurred. Since then, no one dared to cause trouble anymore. During 7 years, she felt that no one could run the work better than her. And because of that, the idea of claiming to be an emperor get bigger and bigger. There are many people prizing VoHao as the master of the world. VoHao was extremely pleased. She had chance to build large and luxurious palaces and temples. At the end of the year 690, it was high time for her to claim the throne. So on September 9th, VoHao officially ascended the throne, changing Tang dynasty to the Vo dynasty, took the title of Tanteng Emperor. This is how the queen ascended the throne. But is there any special event in China during her time? Let's find out in the next video. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, let's like and subscribe our channel. Goodbye and see you later.